Hello and welcome to the Love Island Lowdown, RadioTimes.com's Love Island Companion Series. I'm Lauren Morris, entertainment and factual writer for RadioTimes.com.
And I'm Laura Rutkowski, junior commissioning editor on Radio Times Magazine.
Now, over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about all things Love Island's winter series, so the contentious recouplings and all the villa drama that comes over the next few weeks. This is week one, part one. Can I pull you for a catch-up? We'll be discussing all the biggest things to happen from week one of the competition. So, Laura, I feel like the main thing that stands out for me over the past week has been the Zara-Olivia drama.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like this is the drama we've been waiting for. Yes. I mean, do we discuss how they seem to know each other from some Instagram posts going back like a few years, I think it was? Yeah, so they're just commenting, you look amazing, but this hasn't been discussed in the villa.
No, they've not mentioned it at all in the villa. So it's to the point where, are they actual friends or are they just sort of Instagram friends? It's hard to tell, but what we do know is that they're probably the first feud that's happening in the villa, all over Bombshell Tom, who isn't really much of a bombshell anymore at this point, but they're sort of fighting over him. And I mean, how do you think that's going to play out? We know tonight's episode is going to be quite a big one for that rivalry.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting because in the challenge, Zara says, who's the most two-faced? And then she kisses Olivia. And so if they do know each other, maybe there's some beef going on that we don't know behind the scenes. But yeah, I think Olivia feels like Zara's come in to just steal her men, basically. So that would be, Tom. But I think in the first look, she's like, you're just coming in to always step on my toes kind of thing. I don't know if it's that deep, but I'm excited to see what happens.
And I'm really hoping if there has been something that's happened behind the scenes before Love Island, that they do finally address it.
Yeah, I mean, people online are too smart. They've gone way back in the Instagram archives. We know they know each other. But like you said to me earlier, they might only know each other on Instagram, not in real life. So,
are you team Zara or are you team Olivia?
I think I'm team Olivia. Like, ding, ding, she's a ring girl. I don't know. Like, in this corner, team Olivia. What about you?
I don't know. I do feel like Zara's gone in there and she's ready to play the Love Island game, where Olivia seems almost taken aback at the fact that she's going to have to compete with other women.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll let it play out and see what happens.
I think one thing every season of Love Island is no one takes rejection well. No, so even if it's someone they're not interested in, I think just being rejected in general is a blow for everyone on Love Island.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I guess now we definitely need to talk about Maya Jama becoming the new presenter of Love Island, because oh my God, what a debut she had.
Yeah, it was great. The slow-mo, the hair is flowing, the outfits are amazing. I think she's great. I think she's really suits the energy of Love Island.
She has the tone right, she has the vibe right, and I think that with presenting Love Island, there's a delicate balance where you can't come across as if you're better than those contestants. Yeah. But at the same time, you've got to be there as sort of a neutral person and everything. And I feel like Maya Jama's just got the tone right down.
I feel like the only problem with having Maya Jama is I bet all the people in there just want to date Maya Jama when she's in there. They're kind of stunned when she comes in. But yeah, I think she's really good because I think as much as it's serious and not serious as a reality show, I think you kind of, you can play with it a little bit. It's not she doesn't have to come in and grill them necessarily, but it is fun. And I think she does bring that definitely. Yeah.
I just hope she appears more than Laura Whitmore did. I would love to see more of her.
More slow-mo shots.
Yeah, exactly. More of those amazing outfits.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I mean, thirdly, for this catch-up, we need to talk about the recoupling and the big surprise that happened, which was Danielle picking Ron.
I know. I'm so team Lana and Ron, so I was actually really upset about this. I feel like Danielle is just hedging her bets a little bit because Kai is not sure what he's doing. And I mean, when she kind of came over to Ron, it was near the end of the week and was just like, oh, hey, I haven't really spoken to you. I don't know. I feel like Lana and Ron are just they're going to come back together. I hope so anyway.
Well, it just didn't seem like a very smart decision from Tanyelle, because she'd already heard Lana say, oh, Ron's told me that he's 100% going to be focusing on me, and we've had a kiss, and all this stuff. And instead of thinking, okay, I have no chance with him, she thought, I'm going to pick him instead.
Exactly.
All because she wasn't happy with Kai getting to know Anna May. Yeah. So I do think it was the wrong move. And ultimately, Ron and Lana will just find each other again.
Yeah, I mean, and then Kai and Anna May don't seem that happy either.
No,
I mean, Kai just seems jealous that Tanyelle is in the bed with Ron. So maybe it's working. Maybe the jealousy tactic is working. But I mean, Lana was just crying at the fire pit, and I just thought, oh, like, I just really like them together. I really want them to go the distance.
Same. Well, what we know for sure is that at least the drama is actually kicking off now.
Finally.
Finally.
Yes.
Into week 1.
Yeah, definitely.
So now we'll move on to part 2, ick or stick. So we'll be talking about the strongest couples in the villa and the weakest couples. So Laura, who do you think is in the best position at this point?
I mean, Shaq and Tanya are in a strong position. I mean, I think I would have said Lana and Ron if they were actually in a couple. I mean, I think they seem strong, but I think it's sort of, there's not a lot of strong couples. So they're almost, I wish there was someone stronger to say. I think they had the challenge with David, who I feel bad for. I feel like he deserve more of a chance to find someone in the villa. But then, I mean, I guess he kind of just went in for Tanya, which was good. But I guess they're strong, but I think I don't think it's going to last, to be honest.
I did feel bad for David, because really, I thought him and Tanya had a connection.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, and then suddenly when they played beer pong, she was like, actually, I'm not feeling it at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they've had that test with David. However, I think you're right. Shaq doesn't seem 100% happy with... He seems quite, not possessive, but jealous, very jealous.
I think the issue is when they played beer pong, when Shaq got really upset that Tanya didn't kiss him, I think he just got very hot-headed, and I think it's a bad sign that early on, because I think it's a game, and, you know. And
that's going to drive her away, ultimately, when someone else comes in. So I guess you could say them, and I would have maybe said Zara and Tom after we saw them in yesterday's episode getting all cuddly together, being quite intimate. And then suddenly in the teaser for tonight's episode, we see him say, never have I ever wished I was in a different couple. So what's going on there?
I know. I think what's weird with Tom is that Olivia did like him. I think they liked each other, but I think Tom let Zara make the first move with the kiss. So I think he's almost waiting for like a girl to show him that, you know, they're into him rather than the other way around. But I feel like Tom needs to put in some work, you know what I mean? I feel like he's just letting people come to him, or girls come to him. And
he wants them to do the work for him.
Yeah, which, I don't know, I think Olivia still likes him, which maybe will be part of this drama. But yeah, we'll see. I think, but Zara and Tom seem all right. I think their heads both could turn. I could see that happening.
100%. Especially with Zara, I feel like she had a few different men on the back burner. But it's Tom is the one that she seems most set on. I guess we'll see. And then on to weakest couples, which I think there's quite a few to choose from. My main one would be Will and Lana, purely because they're the only real friendship couple in there. I would agree. I think it's nice having Will in. I think I don't know, I feel bad for him, but I think he's a good guy, though. I just think, he's sort of destined for that friendship couple, as with, you know, Hugo's and Dr. Alex in the past. But I actually think his personality adds something to the villa, though. Like, he's a lot different to the other guys. He's the most fun to watch.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's way more energetic and, you know, interesting. But sadly them. And then I guess, Harris and Olivia would be next. I think Harris really likes Olivia. But Olivia is sort of just keeping him there as
as an option.
Yes.
While she hopes for Tom to turn around and be like, I want to be with you, actually. So I wouldn't be sad if Harris were to leave the villa, personally. I think he's too immature for the villa, but also for Olivia.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think she sort of she does like him, but I think Tom is sort of where her head is at the moment. But she's like, oh, well, I'll just go with Harris. And I think it's very clear at the fire pit in the recouplings when someone doesn't get their first choice of the person, their face sort of drops a little bit. And she's like, okay, well, I'll pick Harris then.
Yeah, totally. And now on to part 3, Factor 50 forecast, where we'll be looking at the next week, this week, going forward, and what we think was going to happen. And I mean, the biggest news from yesterday's episode was the arrival of 2 Australian bombshells, the first Australian contestants we've ever had in the show's history, Jessie and Aaron. So what are you thinking about Jessie, Laura?
Well, I mean, first of all, Italians are out. Australians are in.
Yes.
We've had Davide, Italian Stallion last series.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because obviously they've been on Love Island before, both of them. So I think they know how to play the game a lot better than people just going in. I think she seems fun. I don't know if anyone's heads will turn. I think her talking to Will is sort of a way of getting in there, but then she'll maybe ditch him at the first opportunity. Because you were saying you'd seen other people she'd coupled up with in her series.
Yeah, so basically she, in her series of Australian Love Island, she made it to the final, and I think throughout the show she coupled up with 4 different contestants, but all of them were tall brunettes. Almost rugby player.
So Tom.
Yeah, basically Tom.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know she's laid down the foundation, being like, I'm interested in Will, talking to Will. I think what's going to happen is the next recoupling is going to be a boy's choice.
Yeah.
Because the last one was girls. So I think will pick her. She'll be sort of confirmed in the game, and then off the back of that, her head will be turned straight away.
Yes.
Unfortunately for Will.
Yeah.
Bless him.
I was going to say, you were only going off of past, like Dr. Alex, Hugo, they're like, everyone comes in saying, I want to go on a date with them. And then, they want someone else almost immediately.
Which is such a shame. I just want Will to have someone.
I know.
But and then the other Australian bombshell is Aaron, he made it to second place on his series of Australian Love Island. But it's sort of harder to tell who he's going to go for in this series. We're thinking maybe Olivia.
Yeah, or maybe Lana. I mean, he said he likes blondes. I think Olivia might be wanting time with him. I feel like he could. It's funny because Ron was saying, "Oh, he's like another version of me." They look quite similar. So
do you think?
I think so. Well, I mean, maybe it's just the hair, like the buzz cut. Yeah. I think we'll see. It's weird because even I think, especially in this season, everyone, like they were saying in the show themselves, I think everyone feels very comfortable in their couples. Like it's weird that not many people have sort of strayed yet. So I feel like we're due some of that a 100%. Little bit. Yeah.
It's only been 1 week. There's plenty of time for
yes.
head turning. As for the next villa dumping, I think Danielle could be in trouble based off of where she's hedged her bets.
Yes. Yeah, I do think so. I mean, I think she kind of just had a chat with Ron near the end of the week, and we think, I don't know, she's kind of just wanting to see where it goes, make Kai jealous maybe. But I think she could be in danger. I think it depends who Kai picks as well.
But I'm almost certain he will pick Anna May, Ron will pick Lana, and because it will be boy's choice, unless Aaron picks her. She could be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, Aaron. Yeah, it would be interesting who Aaron picks because you were saying Will probably pick Jessie.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, I suppose. And I don't know if Ron's head will turn for Jessie, though. I think everyone that comes in, he kind of thinks, they look nice, but I think he will stick with Lana. Ultimately, I think.
I think he thinks it. but he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm not sure. I think actually me and Danielle get on really well. And Jesse's a bit of me. No, he'll stick with Lana. And I think it's also worth noting that over the past few series, usually at this point, on average, one couple who've met by this time of the competition make it to the final. Last year, it was a record 4 couples made it to the final. So, I mean, going on average, there is one couple now who are most likely going to make it all the way to the last stage of the competition.
Yeah.
I think that could be Lana and Ron, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I think everyone loves a loyal couple or just a nice love story from the beginning. Those are the people we root for. I hope it is them because I think they've been pretty good so far. Yeah.
Well, that's it for the Love Island Lowdown this week. Thank you for watching and see you next week.
Thanks. See you next week.